Hello there! My name is Atma, and in this video I like to teach you how to use the EFT method in 5 steps. So, step number 1 is identify what you want to release. Yeah, identify your theme, identify the emotion, what you would like to release, and be as specific as possible. And I like to give you a small example for that. For example, you like to release the stress at your work. So then I like to ask you, be more specific, like what is stressing you at your work? Is it your boss, who is criticizing you? Or are it your colleagues who you think are talking about behind your back? Or is it the amount of work? It is too much for you. Or is it the amount of work, the work is too difficult for you? Yeah? Like what is it exactly that is stressing you out? So identify your theme, be as specific as possible, write it down. Yeah, that's step number 1. Step number 2, where do you feel your theme? Where do you feel the stress of your theme in your body? That's step number 2. Step number 3 is you thought about your theme, you feel it, for example, in your chest, and then how does it feel? Yeah, how does it feel in your body? And you can also write it down in just a few words. That's step number 3. Step number 4 is, with the EFT method, we always work with a stress scale, yeah? From 0 to 10. When you are with 10, and this is for you to identify how much stress that your theme makes you, yeah? For example, when you're at a 10, then you're about to have a panic attack, yeah? So it's the highest stress you can have with this theme or emotion or what you want to release, yeah? So the 0 is you have no stress, you're totally relaxed, yeah? So you have a look, step number 4, you have a look, where are you, or how much stress is your theme making you, yeah? So step number 5 is we start tapping. So before we start tapping, we always make a setup statement. And a setup statement is very important because it is often so, like about 40% of the time it is so, that we have a resistance exactly to that which we want to release. And in order to release this resistance, this unconscious resistance, we do the setup statement. And it always is the same thing. It goes like, even though, then you say the problem, the issue you want to release, and then you say, I forgive myself and deeply love and accept myself as I am. Yeah? So, example. We do that always when tapping on the karate chop point. The karate chop point is on the side of the hand, doesn't matter which hand, both hands. And then there is a little bone here, and just under that bone is the karate chop point. So we say the setup statement 3 times while tapping on the karate chop point. So we take the example of stress at work. Even though I have all this stress at work, the amount of work is just too much for me. I forgive myself and deeply love and accept myself as I am. Yeah? We say that 3 times. So we said it now 3 times. It's just an example. Then we go through the points. So the first point you start tapping is on top of the head, and you use all these fingers, and you just make like a circle, yeah? So you cover both hemispheres. Like that. That's the first point. Or you can say it's the second point, because we always start tapping here, yeah? Doesn't matter. So next point is on the beginning of the eyebrow point, beginning of the nose, and you can tap with 1 hand or with 2 hands, and it doesn't matter on which side of the body, because the meridians go on both sides of the body, and it doesn't matter with which hand you tap. Yeah? 1 hand, 2 hand, left, right. It's so easy, no? No mistakes possible. So that is the next point, and the point after that is next to the eye on the bone, and the other point is under the eye, and you can say the direction is under the pupil. Yeah, so under the eye on the pupil. Next point is under the nose, then under the lip in the crease under the lip, and then under the bones. I forgot the moment the name, but you see these bones which go like this, and you just go a little bit on top and underneath these bones. Yeah, and then one last point, which is on the side of your body, under the arm, and for a woman on where the bra is. Yeah, so that's it. Now you know all the points, you know where to tap, and we have made a setup statement. And when you tap, you repeat your problem with just a few words. Yeah, so we are tapping at the moment on all the amount of work is too much, so You just repeat that. Oh my God, it's too much for me. Can't handle it. It's too much for me. Yeah. The amount of work at my work is too much for me. It's just too much stress, too much for me. Yeah, like that you keep repeating, and you can do as if you say it to your best friend, yeah, or to a close friend. You can say, my God, it's just too much for me. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle it, yeah. I don't know how to continue any further. It's just too much for me. Like that. Yeah. So don't worry, you don't have to know everything after this video. In the next video, we'll tap together and we'll do an example how to release stress. Yeah. There's one thing what I like to say about point number 1. So I said to you, make it very like choose your theme, be specific, write it down. Yeah. Step number 1. So, but now I like to say to you, if you have decided, okay, I'm gonna tap on this theme, but if you have just had a huge argument with your partner, yeah, or with your best friend, or just had a huge argument and you're sad, you're upset, and you're angry, and you're frustrated, for example, and all these emotions are going on, then it's very, very important that is the first thing you tap on. Yeah, it's called the MPI. We tap always first on the most pressing issue, on that which is on top. Yeah. So it would be very difficult to tap on the stress at work when all this stuff is going on in your body. So that is what you tap on first. So I think that's everything I wanted to share now. Let's start a bird saying goodbye to you. And I look forward to see you in the next video where we tap together on an example to let go of some stress. So thanks for watching. Lots of love. Bye.